Hey guys, it's Brooke from The Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm outside and so you can hear the cars going by. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to damp that sound down. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what's going on in my front yard. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see, and I may have to do a voiceover if I can't hear myself. So this is the front yard. I am starting the bed, the driveway bed on this side. I'm gonna do them one side at a time. And so I use the orange landscape stakes to mark off 8 feet. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but I ran some orange mason line just so I can keep everything straight, because as you can see, I'm starting to trench out the border. This right here is the Royal Star Magnolia. Hopefully I got the name right. If not, I'll correct it. And so that's bigger than the one I was planning to get. So this one gets 10 to 12 feet wide and about 15 feet high. So as you can see, it's not under the lines, it's before that. And so what I did with this one is, because it gets 12 feet wide, I wanted to plant the trunk midway between, so I said that that was 6 feet. So as you remember from the drawing I showed you, this line is 8 feet away. So if the tree is going to be 6 feet away from the edge, then it means it's 2 feet from the line. So that's how I measured it. And that one's back there for right now, but I'm going to move it up. So the tree is going to stay right here. So I measured 35 feet from that brick pathway, and that's where I put this landscape stake. And of course I ran the line all the way to this next stake right here, which is going to match up with the new pathway kind of that I do. Well, not a pathway, well, sort of a pathway, but I'm going to do a square garden out in front, and this is kind of the line that I'm going to trench out. And so I took it, for right now, I just took the orange line to the edge of the house. If you look and see where that pole is, that's where my property line is. So eventually I'm going to continue this out. So in front of this orange line, I'm going to put some hydrangeas, rhododendron, and hopefully I can get a camellia. So this is going to be, I'm going to see if I can take the border all the way to the street, because I don't really want to have to mow that, because as you can see, it's a busy street. But this is where the privacy hedge is going to start. So now that I've done that, I'm going to continue to trench down this line. I'm going to show you the tool that I've used, and then I'll put it on a time lapse, and my battery will probably run out, but I mean, I'm sure you can imagine you don't have to see the entire thing. So this is the edging tool that I'm using. I got it from Craftsman. And so I'm just going to outline that entire orange line. And then it's really wet today, so I may pull out my shovel and see if I can't pull up some of this dirt. Because given our current climate, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the edger out here, but what I may do is, I have a lot of packing boxes. I may just put it, I'll mow the lawn down as far as I can go, put packing boxes over top of it, and then on top of that put like landscape fabric. And in a couple of weeks, especially once it starts getting hotter, that'll kill the grass underneath it, and then I should be able to plant. So let me set up the time lapse and I'll get started. guys, it's Brooke with the Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to tackle this new flower bed. I've got to remove all this grass. I got a brand new shovel, and you know, it never really occurred to me that shovels go dull, but this shovel has been getting under that grass and pulling it up like a hot knife through butter. And so I already did a section, and I'll show it to you right here. And actually, hold on a second, it's out of focus. Okay, I did that in a couple of hours the other day. So I've got the rest of that to do. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put on time lapse and get going, and y'all can watch me while I work. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I mean, this quarantine is it's hard on everybody, but you know, if you got some gardening to do, it'll help you through. It is another day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really exhausted. So but I got a little bit left on the left side of the driveway bed. I will tackle the right side. Well, probably this week. I'll try to do a little bit at a time. I think my technique was wrong in terms of removing the grass. I think I was doing it the hard way. And yes, towards the end, I changed up the technique I was using. But what I was doing is I was taking the shovel and shoveling under one side all the way down to get it loose, and then I was like pulling it up, but it was kind of connected on the back side, so it just took a lot of effort. So what I started doing is I would shovel and kind of dig under it all the way down, and then because I had taken it in a foot I went on the other side and did the exact same thing. It came a lot easier. So I'm hoping that'll go a lot faster. So I'm going to put the time lapse on, and what I'm going to do also is I'm going to just cut under all the grass first, and then I'll worry about taking it back to the back part of my yard. I'm going to compost the grass. So I'm just making a big pile. I'm going to get a black tarp. I'm going to use landscape staples to staple it down because it's supposed to get really warm this week, and with it getting hot, it's going to basically kill the grass, kind of make it decay. And I would imagine probably within 3 weeks, I should be able to, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, let's put it this way, early May, when I start doing more stuff around here, it should have decayed down to the point that I can just use it pretty quickly. And so that's what we're gonna do. So let me set the camera up. Well, the camera's set up. Let me just turn it to where I'm gonna be, and we'll get started. Closer because you can probably see behind me. Hopefully you can see behind me. Okay. So I'm sure you've noticed that they're kind of like vertical strips. So I took it all the way to the street. That's me. That's all the stuff that I dug. So just to give you an example, it was not coming up this easy yesterday, but you can see now. As you can see, it comes up pretty easily. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna run to Danley's because I think they've probably got some more fruits and vegetables in, and then I'll come back and I'll start pulling some of this out. But I've dug it all up. A couple people were passing on their bicycles, and they were men. And this one guy was like, that looks like a lot of hard work. And I'm like, yes, it is definitely hard work. But that part's over, so I need to have the other side to go. It's a little bit shorter because there's shrubs that kind of shaded the grass and killed it. But that's for a different day. So I'll check in with you guys later. So I have removed all the grass from this one section here. It was backbreaking, but it's done and I love it. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some boxwood. I chose I think they're called white winter gem boxwood. The reason being that they only get like 3 to 4 feet high and wide. So I kind of lined them up. I'm just pretty much eyeballing it because once they start growing in, even if it's not perfectly lined up, I'm going to be trimming them to fit. Now, as you can see from the length of this, because I'm only putting in 8, I stopped at a certain point. And the reason I stopped at a certain point is because I don't want to get too close to the road, because I would need to be able to see when I am making a turn. And as you can see, this is a fairly busy road, and I just want to make sure I have enough I can see around it. So that last boxwood is going to extend about 2 feet to the left. So that'll be enough space for me to, to turn, be able to see. So this one last boxwood is really close behind the magnolia. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I don't think. We shall see. I mean, I know it'll get about I guess 2 feet wide, but the magnolia, I think it'll be okay where it is. I don't really want to have to take the magnolia out and move it, although I probably could move it over a smidgen more. It's just I didn't necessarily want the magnolia coming out into the driveway. I kind of wanted it to stay in the definitely stay in the bed. So I will see. I think over time, I mean, I think the two of them will, well, the boxwood will certainly merge into the magnolia, but I don't know. It may not look bad, but we shall see. So I'm gonna put the camera on time lapse and put the pooch on his little lead so I don't have to hold his leash, and I will get started. Okay guys, so I finished getting the boxwood planted, and hopefully you guys can see me. So I finished planting the boxwood. Usually I would water them in at this point. I'm not going to do that because I did check the forecast. We are going to get rain in a few hours, so I'm just going to let the rain take care of it naturally. But I'm liking the way this is looking. It's so cute. Let me see if I can get a little closer. As you can see, I've planted everything. The boxwood are really tiny, but you know, they'll get bigger. And I got them from Lowe's at $9.99, so you can't beat that price. And let's see, I think the only other place I saw them at a lower price was Flags Garden Center. They were $9.99, but the plants themselves were actually much smaller. They were really tiny. These ones have a little bit more growth, but I was just thought I'd give you guys some options because, you know, at $9.99 for boxwoods, you can imagine that they're going to go pretty fast. So go in and get those quickly. So I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, actually, you know, let me zoom in on it. I'm sure you guys can now see that I'm zooming in on it. You guys can see those orange pegs. That is, I'm marking out the 8 feet for the next bed. So if you've been watching my videos, and I'll link the video somewhere on the screen, you'll remember that I'm putting 2 8-foot wide beds flanking the driveway. So this is the other side. So I marked out the 8 feet because I need to start removing this grass over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start.